What's up, Math 1? This lesson's on 1.L, which is setting up an expression to represent an application. So the first part of this, we're basically going to use geometry, to apply what we know about adding, subtracting, multiplying polynomials. So the first one we're going to look at is perimeter and area. Now, you have to remember from junior high, perimeter is the distance around an object, okay? And it's basically the sum of all the sides. So if I gave you any figure and I asked you to find the perimeter of this, what you would do is find the distance around it, okay? Now, to find the perimeter, you're basically just going to add the sides and then combine like terms. Okay, now the area of an object is slightly different. It's the amount of space that's inside an object. Okay, so when I look at this rectangle, the area would be the amount of space inside this object. Now, perimeter, there's one formula basically for all figures. Just add up all the sides. But the area of an object has several different formulas to calculate it. So, the area of a rectangle is just length times width. So if I have my length and I have my width, I would just multiply those together. Now a triangle is slightly different. The area of a triangle would be base times height, all divided by 2. Now our primary focus is just on squares and rectangles for area. But, you should know how to find the area of a triangle as we move through the course. So let's take a look at a couple of examples. They want me to find the perimeter of this triangle. Well, the perimeter, remember, is the distance around. So what I'm basically going to do is add up all the sides. Now, I like to, when I go to add these up, I'm going to do 6x minus 4. Plus, this other side is 3x squared plus 2x plus 7. And the bottom one is plus x squared plus 4x plus 3. Now, I'm showing that I'm adding up all the sides. So now I'm going to go ahead and combine like terms. I start with my highest exponent. I have 3x squared can be combined with x squared. When I add 3x squared and x squared, the perimeter would start off with 4x squared. Next, I'm going to go to my x terms. I have 6x plus 2x plus 4x. And 6x plus 2x is 8x plus 4x would be plus 12x. And then finally, I have negative 4 plus 7 plus 3. Negative 4 plus 7 is 3. 3 plus 3 is going to give you 6. So the perimeter of that triangle would be 4x squared plus 12x plus 6. Now, some people, when we get to rectangles, what do we know about the sides of a rectangle? Well, right away, I know that opposite sides are equal. So if this side is 10x minus 6, I know this side is 10x minus 6. If this side, is 7x squared minus 3x plus 8, I know this side is the same. So it's going to be 7x squared minus 3x plus 8. So now all I have to do is add up all the sides. Now when I do the perimeter of a rectangle, you can double each side and then add those. But if you're not good with that, what I would suggest is sometimes adding them vertically helps. So 7x squared minus 3x plus 8 plus another 7x squared minus 3x plus 8 plus the other sides. I'm going to align vertically all the like terms. 10x minus 6 plus 10x minus 6. Now, when I add my 7x squareds together, the perimeter is going to be 14x squared. Now, when I add up all my x terms together, negative 3 minus 3 is negative 6, plus 10 is 4, plus 10 is plus 14x. Then my last one, I'm going to add up all my constants. 8 plus 8 is 16, minus 6 is 10, minus 6 is 4. So that would be plus 4. And the perimeter of that rectangle would be 14x squared plus 14x plus 4. The next one, we have a square. What do we know about all four sides of a square? All four sides of a square are equal. Therefore, I'm going to label each side. 3x minus 2, 3x minus 2, 3x minus 2. Now, to find the perimeter of this square, I can either add up all the sides, or I could actually just do 4 times the length of one side. So I could do 3x minus 2 plus 3x minus 2 plus 3x minus 2 plus 3x minus 2, right, which gives me a perimeter of 12x minus 8. Or, remember, the perimeter of a square, you can do 4 times the length of one side, which in this case, it would be 4 times the length of one side is 3x minus 2. And when you distribute that 4, your perimeter would be 12x minus 8. Either way you approach that problem is fine. To find the area of the square, right, you could either do side squared, or I'm just going to say to just do length times width. So if this is my length and this is my width, right, I'm just going to do 3x minus 2 times 3x minus 2. This is where I have to remember how to multiply these binomials. So I'm going to multiply 3x times 3x, which gives me 9x squared. Then 3x times negative 2 is negative 6x. Negative 2 times 3x is negative 6x. Negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. So the area of this square would be 9x squared minus 12x, because I combine these middle terms, plus 4. And we are done. So you have the area and perimeter of that square. Now to find the area of a rectangle, again, the area of a rectangle is length times width. So here's my length, here's my width. So I'm basically going to do 5x plus 2 times 4x minus 3. So remember, perimeter, you add up the sides. Area, you're going to multiply the sides. So multiply these binomials. You have to distribute twice. 5x times 4x is 20x squared. 5x times negative 3 is minus 15x. 2 times 4x is 8x. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. Therefore, the area would be 20x squared minus 7x minus 6. Okay, so know the difference between the formulas. Laws of exponents, right? We did this at the beginning of the year. And there's 3 common properties we need to know. When you multiply same bases, you keep the base the same, but you add the exponents. Another one would be if I raise a power, so I'm going to take x to the m and I'm going to raise this to the n power. What do I do with the exponents? I multiply them. And then when I divide same bases, what did I say I did with the exponents? I subtract them. Now we're going to apply these properties and the idea of polynomials to some examples here. So the first one, if I look, I'm multiplying a base of 3 and a base of 3. So I'm multiplying same bases. So I keep the base the same, but what I have to do to simplify this is add the exponents. So I'm going to do 5m plus 4 plus 4m plus 2. That would give me 3 to the, when I combine 5m and 4m, that's going to give me 9m. And when I combine 4 and 2, It's going to give me plus 6. And this is what that would simplify to. Notice, I do not multiply the bases together to get 9. Now the next one, I'm dividing these. And when I divide same bases, what do the properties say up above? When you divide, you subtract the exponents. So I'm going to write it as one single base of 5. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract these exponents. But you have to remember, when you subtract polynomials, you're going to put each polynomial in parentheses. And you have to remember, you have to distribute this minus sign to both the x and the 1. So this could become 5 to the 4x minus 3 minus x minus 1. And now when I combine like terms, 4x minus x is 3x. Negative 3 minus 1 is minus 4. And that's what that simplifies to. And the last one. If I look, I'm raising a power to a power. So I'm going to use the base of 4. And when I raise a power to a power, I multiply the exponents. So I'm going to do 4 to the 3 times 2x plus 3. Now, to simplify this, I distribute the 3. 3 times 2x is going to give me 6x. 3 times 3 would be plus 9. These are the applications we're applying polynomials to. Please complete the student practice worksheet and let us know if you have any questions.